also look for Yellow. Yellow's been a highlight maker, and when things haven't been going your way so far in the group stage, you have to have somebody to spark that, ignite that. And for me, it's got to be Yellow. We need to see one of those highlight reel goals against this tough UNCC defense. Otherwise, it's going to be a long battle here, a long best of 3, ironically.
They're looking for that spark. They need something to light that fire and work their way through the rest of the group stage. Even if no teams are going to be eliminated prior to the playoffs, you want the best seed. You want to take these easy games and get as far as you possibly can. This is a matchup we anticipate to be close. It's all a matter of when the timer sets to go, what actually is going to happen on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the keys to success here for UNC Charlotte this time, who come in and they have to match that physicality, in my eyes, of Northeastern. They're going to come out to play bumps, demos. But what we learned from the first round was when Syracuse came out and executed the same thing on Northeastern, they simply put, they didn't have an answer for it. So if UNCC is able to jump out, get those bumps, demos, not only is that going to frustrate this Northeastern team, perhaps you can start to light the lamp with the talent that we have on this side, especially the Lazy and Knights, who can combine for a couple of goals here.
Exactly. I mean, Northeastern, they just need that extra push to get going, whether it is a physical push or a mental push. Something is bound to happen. They're over here, they're smiling, they're getting ready. You can kind of see them off to the corner of your screen here, and you know they're going to show up. They know what this event means to them. They placed third in their, actually no, they got second, excuse me, in the last boost on the beach. While this may be a new environment for some, this is where they established themselves with that original LAN experience, and I want to carry that forwards.
And now they're ramping up now. They're able to make it in the lobby. They're fist bumping right now. I see the boys down here smiling to you. They've got a decent shot against this UNCC side, but I mean, UNCC, like we mentioned, have been surprising us as of late. They're a team coming in that we might have counted out, but they have gotten things going. But can they continue it against this Northeastern squad? They're here. They're hungry for their first one of the series. Things are cooking up. We'll see if they can carry it into this game. It's going to be a quick one, though. These best of 3 games, it's all for seeding at this point. You might fall a little bit behind Harrisburg and West Virginia, but you want to do yourself favors so that way you're not facing off with one of those top teams to kick off the bracket when it comes to Championship Sunday.
Yeah, you want to put your best foot forwards here in group stage. Even if it might not have value to your life currently in this tournament, it will have a major impact on our later competition beginning tomorrow. Players loading into the lobby, getting ready to kick us off. Northeastern versus UNCC for Group A.
All right, let's hear it hang out. Rocket League, collegiate level, top side, game 1 of this best of 3. Where UNCC will take first possession here and try to march it into the Northeastern side. Yellow gonna take care of that one. Play at the link to the pitch where the captain, Julio Pludio, try to lead things here for UNC Charlotte, but they seem hemmed in their own end. Northeastern already trying to strike. Yellow is on the doorstep, but they were able to make a big clear.
Andrew out of control, up and going towards the top. Getting a pass in, that's Julio Pludio shooting in from the net. Nice bump to prevent any further follow-up. Northeastern have been doing a good job. They wanted to get to Yellow. Their initiator tap off the side. Lazy reading that one well, attempting to go back towards the midfield area. Northeastern have been in control of the possession thus far, keeping a strong offense.
Knight gonna try to solve that here. As he takes an air dribble all the way back from midfield. It'll be Lazy to do the same. A touch over. Julio's on that side, but a good read from Prosk, the leader of this Northeastern side. Try to lead the charge. Andrew there as well. Shot taken from Knight, but that'll be easily handled by the plain and simple great positioning by Yellow. Transitional play both ways seem pretty strong. The midfield presence not quite there. This is going to be the team that can get out and really do something with the space that they've been giving.
It's been these big booms back and forth across the field. No team really able to gain possession for that long. UNCC looking to change that, though. Julio Pludio on a recover. Yellow, though, has been guarding that net closely. Making sure that score remains even. Proc reset, not quite the momentum they wanted to find. UNCC just banging it around to the corner, hoping to win the 50, but they haven't been able to do so yet in the Northeastern half.
Andrew got Yellow down in transition shot, taking a little bit off the mark. Follow-up, though. There's the demo, but Knight recognized that they were in trouble. We're able to come across and be the knight in shining armor to make that save, but they're not out of harm's way yet. Northeastern trying to jump in as well. Julio Pludio to find the way out. Prosk trying to transition as well, but it'll be B2. It's shot off the crossbar. That close to making it 1-0. A turn might happen here. Oh, but Julio couldn't get the handle and shot it a little bit wide.
2 major opportunities for UNCC, neither which could be converted on at all. Northeastern, they're keeping this score at nothing. at least for the time being. Only half the game has gone by. No team yet to make a very strong move. Northeastern haven't been playing this heavy physical game, and that's largely due because UNCC are playing reactionary, especially when you look at this defense, but they're getting aggressive themselves. Is why we came back to fight Northeastern the first time, and it's going to do it here for the first point.
What did I tell you? Taste of your own medicine. Get out, get those bumps. It might frustrate them a little bit. One thing it will do is open up space for your captain, who puts it in for UNC Charlotte. 1-0 lead here. They're just making plays happen through their physicality. We'll see if Northeastern's got the response here. But right now, UNC Charlotte, even when they're on their heels, or it seems like they're on their heels, they're not. They seem pretty comfortable being able to play on that defensive side and being able to transition with pace.
Their ability to transition as fast as they are is arguably the most impressive thing, and where they're going to help catch Northeastern off guard, allow them to get some more of these demolitions in themselves. But we're still seeing the same thing. Neither team has excellent midfield control, so we're staying heavily within these defensive halves. Now, Julio. So try to get the 50 in the air. It's Angebro back down to the corner, but nobody from Northeastern is there to receive it. Knight, though, gets a little bit farther in front of them, continuing to play off these corners. More often than not, UNCC is at the dominance.
Now, you look for Lazy on the UNCC side, but he's been basically followed by Northeastern. He's been targeted, and he hasn't been able to launch into much. They are able to establish the lead, but Northeastern's after it now. They got Yellow. We'll chip it over. Cross is there. Shot taken. Good read from Julio. Makes the initial save.
Yeah. I mean, their defense has been so coordinated in the sense that they're playing very close together, which you don't often see in teams like this. They're respecting Northeastern space, which both can be advantage and a disadvantage. So far, it's kept them in that lead, and they're only going to need to hang on to it for another 60 seconds as game one is about to come to a close.
Cross trying to jump out. Get that challenge on Knight. It's not to be. Up for it is Julio. He'll take a shot. Handled, but the double commit there from Northeastern. Definitely something they haven't been able to clean up. The bouncer, it is cleaned up by Knight. There you go, 2-0 UNCC.
That's the insurance goal right there, UNCC. Eventually, throw so many punches at it, someone is bound to break off the crossbar. Knight there as that second man to go ahead and follow up. UNCC, they're looking clean. They're not needing to play this physical game because Northeastern hasn't been doing it themselves.
Yeah, UNCC has been playing a simplified game. We saw it against West Virginia. That's the only way that you're able to keep it close against a team that on paper should stack up against you. You take them to overtime. Just keeping it simple here, especially in the land environment, has been effective in this game number one. Maybe Northeastern trying to learn that themselves. Angebro took the shot again. They're on it. Lazy, a good read. And now Lazy's still on it as well. This will be left for a teammate. Knight trying to jump out in front for those bumps. Up at the top of the box here. And Knight electing to just kill more time with this 2-0 lead, and will punch it away from Northeastern. But now an opportunity, the demo shot taken, but cleaned up by Knight.
That was two demos from Yellow right there. It was only up to Knight in those final seconds to make the save. He was able to do it, and now Northeastern, they are on their last limb. 2 goals, now impossible. Northeastern had a rough run here, game number one, and it'll be a UNCC win to start their series.
And I love seeing the support unit over here as well, cheering them on as they get that game number one win. They've been here the whole time and giving that positive feedback whenever those wins start to develop here. Even in that WVU situation, it was one of those situations where they continue to work on it and almost able to break through in that situation. But again, UNC Charlotte jumping out here. Northeastern, they started to cook something, but they weren't able to quite get there at the end of the day in that game number one. What needs to change in your eyes as far as game number two for Northeastern?
And Northeastern right now, I think that they're playing a bit of a slow game. They're letting the Niners set the pace in terms of how they're actually moving forwards between offense and defense. And that's where we've seen UNCC find so much success is Northeastern. They can have a really strong defensive play, but they're never able to find a full transition over on that aggressive end. And therefore, they have fewer scoring opportunities to convert on, and it leads to these low games.
Yeah, UNCC has shown up to play, plain and simple. I mean, they had their 2-0. They kicked it off with a 2-0 win, which is what you want to do, especially in these best-of-3 scenarios and in this land environment, to really get yourself going in this. So, brand new team at UNC Charlotte, doesn't matter. They're a young team. Obviously, with this talent, that's a good sign moving forward that there's going to be years and years where UNC Charlotte's going to be competitive. Knight was such a great acquisition as well. Northeastern trying to jump to it as well. Look at the personality from Yellow. It gives the camera a little kiss, if you will.
I mean, Northeastern right now, they've been one of those squads within the past couple of years, like, okay, these guys, they're the top dogs, right? No pun intended. And they've been one of the teams at the top, the team to beat, and now you fully reset from that roster. This is a new start, and it's a heavy weight to carry on your soldiers for these young players. They're making these transitions between their teams, and they're trying to build up this synergy with one another. Of course, playing on a LAN, completely different from sitting in a quiet, secluded room. There's so much else going on around you. We know what the Huskies can be capable of, but we're just yet to see it come into full form today.
Looking to see it, looking to see who can spark it. Yellow's definitely got the confidence. We'll see if he can translate it to a winning effort in this game number 2. As the kickoff did fall back to him, but it will jump all the way back to midfield. And Frost took a second to get over to get that challenge. Actually, we'll try and fight it off. Coolio trying to do the same thing, but Yellow's got the box locked down. Got a flip reset in pocket as well, but Lazy able to fight that off to the sidewall.
And Northeastern are pulling out all the stops for game number 1, and it's not going to take much. That was a major overcommit, and one that UNCC are happy to take advantage of.
Yeah, the bounce was just not in their favor at all, and where's the defense, right? You have to rotate back in. I think, Northeastern got very short-sighted in that moment and thought that they could keep it in, and I mean, that's been a problem of theirs, trying to trap UNC Charlotte and maybe gain some offensive, time of possession. It just hasn't existed here, and UNCC able to take advantage of that. Trying to get back to it as well, and Jabro 50-50. Lazy's going to get it over to Coolio, and he'll clear the zone yet again. UNC Charlotte just working all sorts of magic. Maybe another one there too. They press in the box. Northeastern at least able to keep it within 1.
Northeastern, they're hanging on. You can tell they're getting desperate with the plays that they're making. It's close. It's down to the wire. They're playing a very dangerous game right now, and they need to be very cautious, especially with how UNCC has started to find their run here in our Group A matchups. Northeastern, now Angebro up to the corner, but Lazy is going to get there first. Like, that's another example of you're just booming it down to the other end, yet you're losing the race to maintain possession.
Yellow up towards the ceiling, trying to get it past Coolio. He's got it handled and taken care of, and Knight up in support as well. Yellow tries to leave it, shot taken as well. Another opportunity. Yellow crashed the box, but before he could get there, UNCC again able to get it out.
You're so close on so many different times. Like, it's got to be painful to have this many opportunities just bong off the crossbar. I mean, Northeastern, they're getting closer. This is the most shots that we've seen from them all day long, yet UNCC has just been one step ahead, but heavily favored on this defense thus far.
Finally, Angebro was able to rotate around 2. There was a moment where I was getting concerned about their offensive commitment here. There's still 3 minutes left. No need to get antsy. Still got to stay settled. You got to stick to your game plan yet. It's too early to panic, and right now, that opportunity in the box, but again, UNCC is truly this team that has the defense locked down first before they transition out, and that's a big reason why they have not only the lead in the series 1-0, but in this game as well, looking to close out.
They're far from a one-sided team, and it just shows in moments like that their defense improves every single time we see it on action. You need to be removing some of those pieces, yet it's Northeastern who loses out on Prosk. UNCC, the opportunity to regain control, but Angebro has more speed than his shots, and Prosk is going to bury it into the back.
Yeah, and this is all a mistouch from Knight there as Lazy came up, a miscommunication, if you will. So Northeastern finally able to take a mistake from UNCC and capitalize on it. It feels good. It wasn't the craziest goal. Again, we talked about simplicity and how it can be a big factor in here. We saw another example of that right here in Northeastern. You'll take them any way they come to you, I guess.
Yeah, Northeastern are starting to find the way to slow the game down. Yellow, a nice bounce. One that Lazy just shoots right up to the sky, making it look like nothing. My goodness, he flew seemingly out of nowhere. Northeastern are managing to hang on to this ball. I mean, you can tell that one goal, it's changing their play style. That confidence has grown. They've proven that they can score once. Why not do it again?
Awkward spot here for the defensive Northeastern. Local Yellow's able to jump on in time. Angebro needs to turn as well. Lazy, luckily for Northeastern, was heading out for boost, and that'll allow them to clear it all the way back down the pitch. And set it up from Yellow. The Lazy basically attaches that ball to the car. Look at that air drag.
Wow.
Looking for the bump as well, but Angebro was able to fight that off just in time.
Yeah, Northeastern are slowly starting to take more initiative, interrupting the passing plays before they can find their final targets. The score is going to remain even. No team has been in clear control thus far. Lazy Loses that ball. Prosk going for the double tap. He's going to magic it. It's the bounce over the top. Is there any follow-up? No! Prosk, the captain, gave Northeastern the opportunity, and they're not going to let it go easily. It has to be a big push from Knights in order to break through. UNCC is fast transitioning, coming in key.
Oh, a big touch there from Andrebro as well. That was coming off the back wall, and they would have been able to crash in. But luckily for UNCC, that was not the case. They're going to hold back from Knight. A touch there, and Coolio taps it past another member of the defense. A 1v1 situation. The Knight was fought off here, and Prosk able to try to lead the way here for Northeastern. Yellow's got him with the pass. Lazy couldn't get the touch either, but Knight bails him out, but for how long? Another shot comes through, the double touch. Andrebro's got it. 2-1 Northeastern.
You can hear the cheers. You can tell how much they needed that, how much they wanted it. Northeastern now in the lead for the first time all series, and they only have to hold it for another 37 seconds, barely. Like, you can tell Northeastern, they've come alive. They're so close, but can they close it out?
Both teams locked in now. Northeastern trying to fight for their lives, at least in this series. As Casey is up for this challenge, they need to merge something forward pretty quickly now. Northeastern, I said they were maybe falling into habits of taking too many risks, but they did pay off, and now we like the return on that. Could be another opportunity. UNC Charlotte just trying to chop at it there. What they're doing here is the box locked down. Prosk able to kill more time. Andrebro now will try to catch it. Now down to 8 seconds left. UNC Charlotte needs to move forward. Knight will try to spark just that. Over the wall he goes. This one, Coolio, down pitch, and he'll pull up it high. Now a chance for Knight. He's got it lined up in his sights, but low boost, couldn't get to it. And it'll be Northeastern with the comeback win here in Game 2. And we go to Game 3.
We started with this series anticipating that it would be close, and these teams showing us exactly why. Northeastern, they are awake, they are ready to play. And UNCC, while they have kept it close, while they've been so impressive with their transitions, with the speed at which they're playing at, they're going to end up losing game number 2 and going to have to come back for a 3rd round.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow for sure because you are in the driver's seat. When you get that first goal, when you have the ability to close out, but was not able to. And the last thing you wanted to do was exactly that, get the good vibes back to Northeastern. You see them smiling, you see them fist bumping. They start to get that positive mentality going. They can be a tough train to stop. Yep. We saw it last year, but we're starting to see a little pieces of that this year as well.
And there's so much to say about that as well from a mental standpoint. These series are incredibly short. You have, if you're going to 3 games, 15 minutes total on that field. Small switches of this are monumental for teams to mount that comeback and make their way to that final victory. Now, Northeastern, the tide is in their favor, and UNCC, they have to fight against it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Northeastern, they may have lost Frazier. He graduated last year, but they have a leader cooking now. Prosk looked so good in Game 2, but will it be a Game 3 victory off his hand and the rest of the team? Or does UNCC bounce back here for this game number 3? Right now, you see UNCC challenging first, but it'll be Northeastern up for the challenge.
Northeastern now. This is their game. They bought it for themselves. They're going to carry that through. Lazy playing aggressive. There's a bump on Yellow. Couldn't quite get the clear. Andrebro there to save the day. Put them out of danger. You can tell Lazy is everywhere, all over this ball for UNCC right now.
And now a quick turn from Northeastern, though, and Lazy again. No surprise, directly on it. Yellow going to be B2'd as well. Lazy pops it over Prosk. That's 2 members of Northeastern. He's able to just step around. And I will try to collect here in the corner, too. Plays it past Prosk. Only get as far as midfield here as Andrew will turn it directly back in. He's got an opportunity. One touch, but it played a little bit away from himself. And UNCC able to bail themselves out, at least for now.
As the ball even touched Northeastern's half in the entirety of that first minute. This is the change. This is the fear of giving Northeastern that victory. See, now that they have this mental UNCC, you're playing against a whole new squad right now, and you have to break through. Finally, the ball will bang down on the blue side, but guess what? It doesn't matter. Yellow has to get the change. Lazy has had enough of it, though. Coolio stationed far up, hoping to receive on the end of a pass. Yet Northeastern, all 3 players there to prevent anything happening.
Not a lot of shots came out of UNCC in game number 2, so they're trying to just put them on the board. But right now, Eastern, great chances, another one, but shut down by Knight. Follow-up is there. Yellow gets them on the board first, 1-0 in game 3.
And that right there is when you pull the triple commit. High risk, high reward, and it couldn't be more rewarding for Northeastern in this exact moment. This is the lead that they wanted. They're wanting to pull this all the way back from the brink, get their boost on the beach, on the right track.
The kickoff, UNCC trying to get back to some bit of regularity. This has been very awkward in the last couple games. That's the way to do it. Get your captain involved on the kickoff. It took them 3 seconds to answer, and they're back equalized here at 1.
And kickoff goals are always those things that you don't exactly have full control over that bounce, yet this couldn't have been better RNG for UNCC right now. They've regained that confidence. They've had so few shots, as you mentioned, in this past game, and this right here has the potential to change that factor.
When I talked to UNCC, we said, who's got the clutch factor? That guy on your screen right now, Knights, trying to press in and get a late-term goal in this best of 3. But holding on the back line is going to be Yellow, at least for now. Gets a touch past one more member. They'll have numbers if they hurry, and Andrew Bro's got the 50-50. It'll go all the way across the pitch. It opens things up. UNCC, Julio! What a passing play! What a team effort! UNCC back on top.
What to tell you? The tides have turned once again. This game is back and forth. There's no longer these polarizing differences between squads. It is a nail biter down to the finish, and we're not even halfway through the highest score that we've had so far, and it's bound to be more at the pace we've been going.
Yellow wants to great start that as well off the kickoff. He'll get the first couple of touches to try to move it back in what seems like an inevitable answer here for Northeastern. He'll play it high, trying to look for the back wall there, but it's shut down from UNCC. One of the reasons why they've been so good is their positional responsibility on the UNCC side. It's rare that we see breakdowns. It's been Northeastern just finding little avenues around UNC Charlotte that's been working for them.
I mean, Northeastern have taken the game another set. UNCC are no longer able to oversimplify how they're playing. Northeastern have taken the game to the skies. They've sped up the pace, and we're slowly starting to see the Niners fall behind. Northeastern, though, they still need to get themselves back an extra point. In order to do that, UNCC, you can see them. They're getting these backwards passes. They're allowing themselves to get set up. They're playing slow, yet Northeastern, they're getting used to it. They can see the plays that you're doing, UNCC. It's no secret to them, and you can see why the Huskies are able to get it clear.
Lazy with an uncharacteristic miss here. That'll allow some space given up. Andrew Bro had him a minute to kind of collect it. That pass from Prosk, trying to set up Yellow, but it was off the mark. He'll try again, but that'll be easily read and detected. Now UNC Charlotte, you see them connect the dots in multiple locations, but they have to dig themselves out after a big save. Follow up. Prosk, equal at 2.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are not out of this yet. It is Prosk, the captain from Northeastern, leading them straight back in to this series. He's shown up time and time again. When you need somebody to rely on, it is Prosk.
We're cooking now. 1 minute, 29 seconds left, even at 2. I tried to fix that too. He beat a double commit there from Northeastern. You just got that goal back. The last thing you want to do is toss it away.
Absolutely. And in both teams right now, they know it's even, they know it's close, and nobody should, in theory, be taking incredible risks at this point in the game. One small error can be the end of your series and potentially put you down at a terrible seeding position for the remainder of our playoff bracket starting tomorrow. 60 seconds now on the clock. Just a matter of an opponent getting ready to strike. It's UNCC currently in control. Back off tonight, but can't find the touch of Prosk. Going back down to the other side. Is it going to go in? No! Lazy races back and will pull UNCC out of danger.
And Lazy had very little boost too. Had to use his mechanics to get back to it. Andrew Bro carries, but UNCC shuts them down. Down to 40 seconds left, and in transition, passes there, and it's detected by the defense of Northeastern.
And Northeastern have been playing heavily on this defense. They need some way to break them out. It is Yellow, that initiator for the team. No player in the center, though. It's on to Prosk. Can you manage to get the setup? No. Lazy will grab it on away first. Andrew Bro, Northeastern, they're looking for the opportunity. It's down to the net. It's dangerous. Julio, the other captain. UNCC, the Niners. They have to get this clear. It's a short carry across the board, keeping it close. Very smart in order to maintain that control. But it's anybody's game. 8 seconds, taking on down Knight and Prosk. They're battling it out for that controlled ball. Who will have the final say? It's a Northeastern's defensive end. Can UNCC manage Barry? No! It's going to go straight past, and we have our first overtime of our series.
Insane how close they were to be able to punch that in. Just not able to find it, though. And now next goal wins the series. And I can't tell who it is. It is end-to-end action. Just what you look for. Is it Antibro looking for Prosk, but couldn't get the read. Look out. UNCC had numbers, but it will find its way back to yellow. A bit of a loose play there. Look out. Lazy was lingering there, just waiting for that mistake. And with this much pressure, it's all about who can perform in the clutch and who you look for here. But right now, you can tell nobody wants a mistake, and it shows. Knight's got it. An opportunity, but a great defensive play from yellow.
Yeah, Northeastern, you can see them crowding around the net, which makes Proc's job more difficult. The teams can take time to set up. And a beautiful bump, UNCC. Gonna steal that ball right on back. Yellow has been that player from Northeastern to start changing the pace, or at least allow them to get away from their own net. Now nearing about a minute of overtime. Big shot from downfield. That's not going to amount to much, and in fact, to push Northeastern out of position. The bump onto Knight might as well just save the game.
Oh, they're playing so nervous. Antibro had a shot opportunity that was pretty open and missed it. And then the other way, Knight couldn't quite find that free flip. In the series, Knight back pass. Bit of a dangerous situation there, but he's got him up in the air, just a little bit too hot to handle there. But now back down, Coolio gonna play it high, tried to pull the defense, but Antibro wasn't fooled. He's a grad student after all.
Plenty of experience on these rosters in these high pressure moments. I mean, these are the teams that can step up to meet the clock when it matters. Overtime scenarios, it's about endurance. Who is going to crumble first with how these teams have been pushing each other toe to toe? That's what's going to come down to. Prosk looking for the pass, but no, the connection isn't there. This gives Lazy the chance to push it out towards the corner. It's going to look for a pass back in. I mean, Antibro has been inserting themselves on any sort of offensive play in these corners. UNCC have been attempting to set up.
Oh! What a save! Lazy somehow had the recovery speed to get there. That looked like game over. It looked like Northeastern was winning this series, and somehow he was able to take it out. But now Northeastern trying to get back to it here as chasing is yellow. He's got the pinch. Lazy's got the handle here. What a save it was, wow. And then he was able to clean it off on the other side. But we go into yet again, up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds in overtime, and still no winner.
Nothing yet on the board. 1.5 games have now been played for round number 3. Nobody yet to make that decisive move. It's a big shot down, and it's going to be the one to land it. UNCC have struck gold and will be taking their second win of the group stage.
Oh my goodness, this setup, and it looked like a harmless shot at the end of the day, but you look for your captain in these situations, and UNC Charlotte are able to pull the win in this incredibly close series. And they're feeling good about it. I mean, that all stemmed back from that incredible save from Lazy. The pre-jump, the read was on point, and then it all stemmed from there. What a series.
What a series, indeed. Lazy gave them a lifeline that UNCC did not let that chance slip away from them at all. Finding that final shot from way down the field. I mean, what a way for this team to end their series and to present themselves as a newer squad. They've now won 2 out of their 3 matches. The only one they've lost so far was against WVU.
That's right. I cannot believe how much this team has proved themselves in a rebuild too. I mean, gone are the days of UNC Charlotte and Daffy, for example, where you have to rebuild, and they found the pieces in place. I mean, Knight's incredible. Lazy showed that he's dynamic and clutch. He's definitely proving to me that he is the most clutch player on this team versus what they said with Knight, but definitely looked excellent here too. And we have more Rocket League as well, actually, right now. So we're gonna head to the side stage momentarily, Tiny Shiny. But I mean, overall, your last thoughts on this series before we head that way?
This is impressive. I mean, UNCC, they're putting themselves out there in Group A as that team to beat. You want the higher seed, you got to get it from UNCC. Not a bad showing from Northeastern. They stepped it up at the tail end, not getting that conversion. Yes, it is going to hurt, but as we've seen this team progress on the stage today, it's looked better and better each time. We're going to have to watch out for those developments.